my whole life I was just at war with myself. Just so much pain and grief and rage and always running away, always running away. I mean, I ended up suicidal, depressed, just wanting to die. I realized, no, I never wanted to die, really. I wanted to live. Just didn't know how. Well, I didn't realize that life was there. It was within me. It was within. All the things I was running away from were the very things that wanted to save me. Uncertainty wanted to save me. I'd become like a obsessive spiritual seeker, obsessed with becoming enlightened, you know. I saw enlightenment as a future goal, somewhere to get to. And it took many forms, you know. It was like, to get to enlightenment, to get to awakening, to get to a state. I thought it was like a state I had to get into. Oneness. I thought, how do I get from here to oneness? How do I get from here to no self? How do I get from here? You know, but it was the same game. And so I just became exhausted. And I wanted to die even more. Because my story was I had failed in the material world. Now I'd failed in the so-called spiritual. And I think it was in the midst of that exhaustion. The exhaustion actually was a real wake-up call. It was intelligent. I realize now even my exhaustion was completely intelligent. What the exhaustion was saying, Jeff, just stop. So one day I was lying in bed. I was lying in my bed, completely exhausted, fed up, sick of spirituality. I couldn't read another spiritual book. I was so nauseated. I didn't want to hear one more word about bloody awareness or consciousness or the presence of the witness of awareness, the subject of the object, the witness of the self, no self. There's no self that has a self, and the self that drops the self, but who knows that the self has dropped, because if the self is... Who would drop a self? Am I someone? I'm no one. But if I'm no one, how do I know that I'm no one? Maybe I'm someone thinking that I'm no one, or no... I mean, this was like 24/7. Oh my God. Always trying to work it out. Always wondering why I wasn't there yet. When will I get there? When will I get there? There. It's like mesmerized with there. This mystical land called there, which you can't ever get to. I was searching for something, some higher state, some transcendent this, whatever, you know. And I completely lost connection with what I had called the ordinary. I had called it the ordinary because I was waiting for something extraordinary. Because for so many years I've been trying to, as a spiritual seeker, I've been trying to escape the body, transcend the body, be free from the body. So it was like being a baby again. It was like, oh, it's the hands, and it's the hairs on my arm, and it's not just the joy, it's also the doubt. Like even my doubt. I've been waiting for so many years to get rid of doubt. I've been trying to get to a place where everything was certain. I knew. It wasn't that. It was like even doubt is sacred. The doubt and the uncertainty and the fear. Why had I turned away? Why had I turned away from fear? Why had I turned away from anything? It also included the story of Jeff. That's what was so shocking. I thought for so many years I've been trying to leave Jeff and become oneness. You know, or like get rid of my wave nature and become the ocean. I realized I had it all the way. It was completely the wrong way around. It includes Jeff and the story and the past and the future, and it all appearing as thoughts. Memories, dreams. So it was even that was honorable. That really turned my life around in a way that it kind of ended the spiritual seeking. It was now I realize it's just about honoring. That's all it's about. It's just about bowing. It's about bowing to whatever, every thought, every sensation, it's all inclusive. It's all an expression of oneness. It's not a threat to oneness. It's an expression of oneness. So that kind of changed the whole course of my life, and I never wanted to die again. It was all sacred. Like that's the crazy thing. Even the longing to die was sacred. No one had ever taught me that. No one had ever taught me that even these so-called deepest, darkest urges in myself were honorable and sacred, and they just wanted to move. They didn't have to be acted on. They just wanted to be felt and expressed, and everything would... It's just energy, right? It's just energy. So it blew apart. It just blew apart all my ideas about spirituality and about awakening and about enlightenment and about, you know... I realized that so much of my understanding of enlightenment had been just secondhand. Other people's words, other people's stories, other people's concepts, all the books I had read, you know, other people's paths. I was sick of other people's paths. Even those lovely Indian guys with the long beards and the ashrams and I was sick of her path as well. I wanted something I could trust, you know. I wanted something that was true. What's true? That was always my question. What's true? I was looking for it through the mind, you know. So I think sometimes you just have to lose your path completely. Sometimes you just have to not know what your path is. Have no clue anymore what your path is. Maybe sometimes that's the path. That's the next step. Sometimes that is the next step, is to not know what the next step will be. That is the next step. That's the path. To not know where the hell your path is going to take you. That's the path. The path of the moment. We're talking about the path of the moment.